Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside the Vault. I am Norm with the Cigar Vault Oakdale.
And I'm Miguel with the Cigar Vault Oakdale.
So, last episode, to kind of recap, but we talked about why we opened up the lounge, like what made us open it up. And we've always said throughout this whole series, we're going to be transparent. If you guys have questions of things you want to see or have us talk about, feel free to message us on Instagram, YouTube. You can even email us if you go to our website, it's thecigarvault.com. We have a shop email. It actually comes to me. I'll be able to get all your feedback and we can kind of discuss it. But today, we are going to talk about what makes, in our opinion, what makes a cigar lounge great. Not just our lounge, but things that we've seen in other lounges that we've really liked, things that maybe we saw at other lounges we didn't like. We kind of touched on it a little bit in our last episode, but we also had some minor technical difficulties. Not all the audio made it, so not all the video was published. But so what, in your opinion, makes a cigar lounge great?
I think the initial vibe. Sometimes you'll walk into some places and you'll just get a bunch of eyes on you, and you just get that you just don't feel welcomed. So I think the vibe is a very, very, very big thing when it comes to lounges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think vibe is important. I agree with you. You want to walk in, you want to feel welcomed, right? I think that's a really key thing. I mean, my top one is ventilation.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to sit in the lounge and not have my eyes water.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't expect like smoke to not be non-existent, but I just need my sinuses and my eyes not to water.
Like getting hit with a 2x4 right in the face, just smoke. Yeah. Been there.
I think that's a really big key thing. And out there, what's another one for you? We'll do 3 each. I just did one, you did one.
3. Well, obviously the cigars need to be properly cared for. I think that's a big thing. I've been to, lounges that they're just really dry. They're not really kept the humidity. So, needless to say, I haven't been back to those lounges, but I think that it's, you want to make sure that there's proper maintenance of the cigars and proper care so that you can enjoy the smokes.
Yeah. All right. I agree with that. So far we've got welcoming, we've got ventilation, we got humidity control. Those are 3 really crazy aspects of essentials.
Yeah.
What you need in a cigar lounge, for sure. I'm gonna go with furniture.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You need a place to sit and something that isn't a folding chair. I mean, in my opinion, I don't want to sit in a folding chair.
Or chairs that are like tacked down to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So furniture to me is really important.
Kind of like these new chairs.
These are new chairs. What do we think? We added more seats, right? So we didn't remove anything.
No.
We added more seats just because on our veterans night, we really needed more seats. And you can actually see, like, we moved a chair here in one of the bays. We got one there in the other bay. And that was just a table that we literally just removed the table, but kept the seating and just kind of reshuffled the seating around.
Yeah.
But even outside of like the new chairs, I just want a chair.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Sometimes you walk into a lounge and they have an excess of furniture. It's like you have a 30-foot row and it's just chair. And you literally bring in 7 guys with you and you can't talk to the 7th guy because everything's in a line.
Yeah. Or you're sitting in someone's chair.
That's happened to me. And you were with me when it happened, which is why you mentioned that.
That's why I was laughing.
Physically, like literally I was in a cigar lounge with him in Pittsburgh and sitting down. We had a cigar. I finished a full cigar. I went to light up a second one.
Yeah.
And a guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you're in my chair." And I look at him. I'm like, "What?" Like, I was like,
I've been here for the last hour.
All right, I was here for an hour and a half. And he's like, no, I physically brought that chair in from my house. You need to get up. And I literally stood up and moved one chair down. Like, it wasn't like this whole place was full. I literally picked up, moved one down, and sat down for a little my second cigar. So, yeah, the furniture, really important.
Yeah.
So recap, and then we'll give you your other one. We've got welcoming. We got exhausts or smoke control,
ventilation.
We got humidity, and we've got furniture. That's 4. What's your 5th?
I guess my 5th and final one, man. That's a tough one, man. I mean, I guess the bathroom would have to be clean. It's because it was. I remember this one shop that I went to. I think they had a glory hole in there, and I don't think there were cigars coming out of that hole. Or you sit down and you could see the people in the lounge staring back at you through the fucking the doorknob hole.
My favorite one, talking about like a bathroom, was the place we went to, and they had a 2x4 holding up the sink.
This is yes.
You walked in, and I kid you not, it was like one 2x4 just kind of wedged up in the front of the sink and anchored to the floor. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, this is just one health inspection away from getting shut down. Bathroom cleanliness. I'm surprised you went with that one.
Why is that?
Because I think we're missing the obvious one that has to be my 3rd one, which is cigars. I mean, what makes a good cigar lounge? You need to have cigars.
I mean, well, yeah, I get you. You don't want to go into an empty humidor, but I thought that was just a given.
Now, I don't care how big your humidor is. Even if you have just a little 4-foot wall display humidor, have it filled with cigars that we can pick from. It's like take a little bit of time, curate the cigars that people want, that people are going to smoke. You don't need to. All right, talking about going to like what we have in our humidor. Just have cigars.
I mean, but if you go to a cigar lounge that has no cigars, is it even a cigar lounge?
We've been to them.
I know.
There's a couple that come to mind that are here.
I know they are, but then again, is it still a cigar lounge? And that's, at that point, I guess you could go and bring your own smokes, but
you could.
Nothing for you to buy. Are you really a cigar shop?
So talking about cigars, what are you smoking?
I'm smoking the Optimist.
Liar's Bench.
Optimist Liar's Bench. I really, really like this cigar.
Dude, that cigar is fantastic, man. Tyler did a great job with that, coming out of Tabacalera La Isla, out of Dominican Republic. Man, let me tell you, Hostess is outputting some amazing cigars.
I may have been smoking this one in the first episode.
Shoot. Is that going to be your ongoing,
I don't know, man. Maybe it's going to be...
if we run out of that cigar in the humidor, just yell at Miguel, apparently.
I'm smoking all of them.
So I am smoking an Aganorsa Leaf Supreme Leaf that was just given to me by Terrence. Terrence was just here. You guys missed him. He was here. I invited him to come on, but he had to go to another shop. He's like, man, I really wish I could stay and do it, but he gave me the cigar as a parting gift, so I lit it up. But Terrence is coming back. He'll just be back after we're done with this. So, I am smoking an Aganorsa Supreme Leaf. Speaking of Aganorsa Supreme Leaf, completely off subject and typically me off subject, we actually just got the Supreme Leaf sampler in today.
Oh, shoot.
So that arrived. That's that 10-stick sampler. It's all the different Vitolas of the Supreme Leaf from over the years.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have gotten that one of those.
Well, it's only available in the box, so you have to buy a box.
Yeah, I would have bought a box.
See that? I already sold my first box. Sorry. So we talked about things that we look for in lounges, and it kind of touches based on a lot of the things that we spoke about on our first go around, which was everything we did when we built this, right? We over ventilated our space. We bought furniture. I mean, these are brand new Italian leather chairs that we're sitting in. I could literally fit 2 human beings side by side, and
we got big Hoy chairs.
We take pride in our humidor, which we'll touch on the humidor a little bit later in this episode. Everything we talked about, and reality is we didn't prep for this. I didn't know what you were going to say on your top list. You didn't know mine, but it's all of the things that we single-handedly selected for our lounge that we cured.
Yeah.
So a really, really key aspect, I want to kind of talk about the first item you talked about, is the welcoming, right? It's that whole cultivating the whole cultivating atmosphere of when you walk in, and it's really not even the people that work at the lounge. This is all about your regulars.
Yeah.
Your regular people, your locker members. What are they cultivating as that experience when they show up? And we're here. We're recording this on a Thursday, right? This is a time that we're both here a Thursday night. Thursday nights is a big turnout for our regulars. We're doing this before they show up because if we did it when they showed up, you wouldn't hear anything.
Yeah, it'd be too rowdy.
You'd hear them. And probably as we're filming this, they're going to start walking in. We already got 3 back there. But Thursday nights, our regulars come in, and the experience that they cultivate is so important, right? Well, as people that work a lounge, you can only work it, right? You can welcome people in, you can clean their ashtrays, you can bring them drinks, you can make them coffees, you can help them pick out a cigar.
Right.
But if they sit down at a table and the people next to them aren't welcoming to them and they want to be welcomed in, you're going to turn them off.
Yeah.
So our crew, and we didn't even set this, they set their standard on their own. We welcomed them into the lounge. We set the standard of how they were greeted when we first opened.
Yeah.
And now they've paid that forward every time someone comes.
They really have. They really do. I mean, I've been out cleaning something, and a new person will walk in, and they'll call them over to the table.
Yeah.
Thing, or I'd be checking them out, and they'll call them over to their table when they have a cigar in their hand. Like, they're just really, and some folks take them up on it. They sit down, they start chatting and strike up conversation, or they'll sit on their own. Like, there's been some guys that come in and say, "Hey, I have to actually work," and they'll sit with their laptop in a corner or something. But
it's their choice.
it is their choice, but at least they do feel well.
Yeah. They have the choice of joining, they have the choice of sitting alone. It's their choice. And
Yeah.
I think that's a really, really important aspect when you go to a lounge.
Yeah.
Our guys come in. I can't talk enough about how amazing our regulars are here. And the funny thing is this Thursday night crowd that has now grown to 15, 16, sometimes 20 people that show up for this Thursday night gathering started off with 3 people that didn't know each other. 2 of them did, but the third one didn't. The third one was in from out of town, out of Texas.
Yeah.
And the other 2 were friends that we're going to go to another lounge. And then they're like, oh, we heard about this place. Let's stop in. They stopped in. One guy lives an hour away from here and drives out here.
Yeah. Every Thursday.
And that was the crowd. It started off, and they created a group called the Round Table because our tables are round. And that group has now grown to multiple round tables. It was a 4-table long round table at one point. We actually did a 5th one time.
Yeah, we joined them all.
So that's the group, and it started off with people that didn't know each other. I can't stress the importance of that. It's people that didn't know each other that came in, grabbed a cigar. One guy saw what the other one was smoking and said, "Hey, I haven't tried that. What do you think?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "You haven't tried it." He had one with him, grabbed it, and gave it to the other gentleman.
Yeah.
But here, try it. That to me that is a cigar story.
Yeah.
Right? The cigar community, I've said it from day one, from the Dirty Ash cigar community to any community I've ever been part of, is the cigar community is one of the most giving communities when it comes to charities, or heck, you haven't tried this and I got 2 of them, I'll whip it out, throw it to you, you have it, enjoy it, let me know what you think.
Right.
If you hate it, I really want to know why you hate it. If you love it, tell me you like it, and I'll tell you where I got it. It's such an important thing.
It really is. It really is.
And having that kind of community is really good. A couple places that make, I think, really good standards for community around us. Right, I'm going to talk about other lounges. Old Allegheny, man.
I was just gonna say,
Steve and Sarah, hell of a lounge.
Yeah.
It's about 45 minutes to an hour from here. That was my home lounge I used to go to all the time. Really 2 amazing owners. They've got Mark with the C, Mark with the K that work for them. They've got Monique that works with them. Really cool people. We used to go there. We hang out. Really, really good community that's out there. That's years of legacy with Steve's dad's shop. Anyway, 2 great folks. Smokestack is another one. Sean is the manager there. That's Josh's shop. Sean is an awesome manager. He comes in he comes in here from time to time, and we go out and we'll visit him as well. Really, really good people that are there, and their community, right? Like you go there, you want they have activities that they do with their members that are there. They got pig roasts, they do a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Crawfish boil, they just had I think that Jake Sanders put together from Crown Heads. Great people, great atmosphere. It's what you would expect when you go to a traditional old school lounge. You've got your old school regulars that are there, and it's an absolutely great community that you have. So stories of camaraderie and things that stand out, that when you get people that kind of come together, the DAC meetup for me is one of the key things that stands out. But I'm gonna even, like, we talk about that a lot. It's coming back up in August, man. Our anniversary, dude. Our 1 year anniversary that we had, that event was nonstop. It was insane. Coleman from Sinister was out here. All of our staff was here. Not even clocked in, like they were just here hanging out because the atmosphere was crazy.
Dude, the energy was nuts.
It was great. So, one last point I want to talk about, and then I know we're kind of getting a little bit long in the wind for some of you guys. But what we talk about cigars, and cigars are really a big important part of a humidor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we curated our selection from my standpoint, and then you kind of chime in on areas I've missed. But when we first opened up the lounge, we both had some kind of brands that we already knew we were bringing in, and then really a lot of it you kind of just left up to me. You were like, "Hey man, I got this accounting thing that's happening over here. You've got X amount of money to spend, and order it, right?" And I ordered. So
Accounting's fantastic.
Accounting's fantastic. You have what dreams about accounting? I had Vince.
I have a gift.
Yeah. So when we curated all of the cigar selection that we had, we tried a lot of brands. We didn't bring in everything, but the brands that we did bring in, we get asked a lot, why did we go the boutique route? Like, why are we doing a boutique cigar experience? Why don't we carry legacy brands? And the answer all the time is, well, the real answer is, and you said this with me, it's, if this failed, we had everything that we like to smoke for a long ass time. But
at least 2 years worth of cigars to smoke.
But the reality is the answer is deeper than that. We knew that we were going to have a big box store open up down the road from us at some point in time.
Yeah.
And we weren't going to want to compete with their $5 wall. We weren't going to want to compete with their legacy brands that they get, even though their online pricing is not the same as their in-store pricing. We didn't want to compete with the name. We wanted to create a little niche for us. And it just so happened that I was a huge boutique guy.
Yeah.
Like, I chased and hunted boutique cigars for the fun of it. Like, it wasn't even like, if someone was like, "Oh, you got this cigar there," I'm like, that's too easy. I want to hunt it from the strangest shop in the strangest part of town. And I'll give a story about it, right? I'm going to talk about the very first time I smoked Crook of the Crown from Stolen Throne. And when I smoked Crook of the Crown from Stolen Throne, it was first release, right? That Lee ever did. I got one cigar from a good friend of mine named Mike Collins, who gave it to me. He gave me one. And you never give a person that you know the cigar's going to be a banger one of them, because they're going to be like, "What the heck did I just smoke?"
And you'll never smoke
it. I'll never. It took me 6 months to find it. Anyway, I actually messaged Lee on Facebook. And the guy surprisingly replied back to me, which I know today he regrets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does.
He replied to me. I was just like, "Hey man, love this cigar. You're up on some killer stuff." And then I asked him, I said, "Hey, I got a question for you." He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Can you give me a list of every retail shop that sells your cigars?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I know, it's a crazy ask." I was like, "But I can't find this cigar." He's like, "What are you going to do?" I was like, "I'm going to call every one of them." And he's like, "You're crazy." I was like, "A little bit." But that's part of the hunt. Like, that to me is the hunt. It's like, I need to find it.
It was an unhealthy obsession.
It was, man.
Crook of the Crown.
And it's because of Lee and that crook, because it took 6 months to get another one, that I always try to keep one Crook of the Crown bundle in my humidor at all times sealed. and it's like just in case of emergency, break it open.
Cigar Daddy was born.
Yeah, that was when Cigar Daddy was born, indeed. So like that to me was a really big thing. But when we look at our humidor, there's brands that we pass on, and we pass on them for different reasons. So sometimes the flavor profile is too close to a cigar that we already sell. Every brand that we have in there, we've partnered with them, right? We respect that brand. It's not just another brand on the shelf. We believe in that brand. So to bring in another cigar that may taste almost identical to that other one,
Yeah, it's a disservice.
it's a disservice to the brands that we've already brought in. And we look at it at different levels. There's flavor, there's price that we take into consideration, right? If you got two cigars at the same price point, and very similar cigars, never everything going to be exact, but similar flavor profile, etc. At the same price point, what are we doing? We're going to pillage one brand to give another brand and split them in half? We'll pass on it.
Yeah.
If there are different price points, it's a conversation to bring in. Another thing that we do is I will never bring in a brand that we don't get 5 samples from. And if they want to charge me for the samples, I don't really care. I'll pay for the samples. A lot of them don't. But why 5? Well, because I want more than just my opinion on the cigar.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be boutique, and because it's something that a lot of people don't know, our staff have to be behind that cigar. So in order for them to get behind it, they need to like it. And they don't have to like it subjectively. They have to like the tobacco quality, the construction, the draw, the build, everything about the cigar they have to like, because that is your number one way to get sales, is get the staff behind the cigar and do it. Now, I don't give every one of our staff a cigar. We have a select group of people. It's myself, Miguel, Johnny, and then I bring in one other person from our staff. So you're talking about the 2 owners, the shop manager, and then we get one other employee to try it. It might be Joseph, it might be Matt, it might be Dom. It's different people.
Yeah.
And we get them to try it. Now, no one knows the cigar. No one's allowed to look up the cigar. I know the cigar because I was the one that usually gets the samples.
Yeah.
But they don't know they don't know anything about the cigar. They don't know the blend of the cigar. They don't know the price of the cigar. And the price is the most important one to me. So they'll all smoke it. I ask them, like, what notes did you get out of it? Make sure like we're all on the same page or in the same realm.
Right.
And then we talk about price. I ask them blindly, each one of them, what would you pay for that cigar? And if they're off by X dollar amount, we don't even bring it in. If everyone's consensus is $4 under MSRP of that price, gone. That's it. It doesn't matter how good it is. If it's over, if it doesn't give the dollar value for the smoke, they're not going to sell it. We know what people that come in here like, so we're not going to do that to our consumers.
Yep.
And that's like a really big thing for us. And our palates are way different.
Yeah.
Me and you. Right. I'm more of that fuller body guy. I don't really do a lot of Connecticut's. You do a lot of Connecticut's, even though that's a San Andreas in your hand right now.
Well, because I could do medium full. I think full body, or even something with like broadleaf. I don't. It has to be certain. Sometimes I could do some broadleaf, but I try to stay away from all the peppery stuff. But yeah, my palate's actually evolved a lot.
Oh, it's crazy how it's grown
since we started. Because I used to just smoke very mild
Connecticut,
and just Connecticut, and now I'd smoke Maduro.
You smoked the head of the table, man. You smoked the crook of the crown. I'll never forget the day I gave you a crook of the crown. I was like, hey, this might be outside your palate. And you looked at me and you're like, what? And then you smoked it and you're like, you've been holding this back from me this whole time?
That crook was fantastic, especially after a meal.
Huh.
So good.
It's a good cigar.
So good.
So, that's kind of a little bit of what we want to talk about this episode, but I want to settle this up. So our next episode, me and you are going to go to war a little bit.
Oh, great.
All right.
Sounds like fun.
So I was actually, this kind of came up in conversation a minute ago before you came in. And I was talking with the guys behind us, and one of them mentioned we have way 2 different palates.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a very subjective episode.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Connecticut versus Maduros.
Oh God. Listen,
and you better come armed.
how are you gonna fight that, dude? It's subjective.
It's a subjective fight.
Jesus.
And the viewers might have to pick the winner.
When you're a jet. It's gonna be
A little West Side Story.
be a little West Side Story fight, dude. It's a High School Musical. Do a little.
You don't want to see me dance nor sing, I can assure you.
Dude.
Yeah. So I think we'll look. That's not going to be the core point of the episode, but I do think
That's it, dude.
next episode we got to talk a little bit about some of your favorite Connecticut's. I'll put some of my favorite Maduros in, and we'll talk about them. And here's what we'll do.
The thing is that
We'll each pick two cigars
Yeah.
that we come armed with, and then we'll discuss a third one, and we'll make a 5-pack.
yeah, that's fine, but a lot of the Connecticut's that I like, you like. So that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. Unless you want me to find something you don't like.
No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to bring what you actually like. And if we agree, man. I'm not going to bring any Connecticut's, though.
That's gonna be a horrible fight.
I'm going to bring the Maduros. You bring the Connecticut's. I'm going to bring you a Maduro to smoke. You bring me a Connecticut to smoke.
All right.
And we'll switch and we'll smoke it. And then I'll tell you what I like about the cigar that you're smoking. And then you tell me what you like about the one I'm smoking, and we'll see if we get each other's notes out of it.
All right. It's gonna be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. So we'll wrap this episode up, and we will catch you guys in about a week. Take it easy. Thank you for joining. Shop small, shop local. If you can't shop local, shop online to a small shop. They'll definitely appreciate it.